This is me at 55 kilograms, and this is also me, but at 85 kilograms. Am I a massive guy? I want to be honest, no. So why listen to me at all? Well, one thing I'd say is I'm pretty relatable. I'm not one of those genetic freaks who can go into the gym and no matter what they do, put on muscle. I find it hard to put on muscle, and I've made many mistakes which, looking back at it now, I really regret doing, and that's what I want to share with you today. 5 mistakes I made as a skinny lad trying to gain weight in the gym, which I really regret doing. Okay then, so mistake number 1, and arguably the most common and most detrimental. Prioritising the weight you're lifting over the form. Now the thing is, I'm sure you've heard this everywhere, form over weight any day, and that is 100% true. Bad form is more common than you think, and here's the problem most of us kind of come across. We see all these people telling us that you need to make sure your form's better than your weight, i.e. you want to practice your form before you start increasing your lifts. However, I was in the same position, and I looked at these, and then maybe for one session I would go in and I'd make sure my form was okay, and then just get back onto weightlifting, trying to increase my weight and everything. Now the problem with this, obviously, my form was horrible. But why was this so detrimental to my lifting? I got injured a lot, mainly my lower back. And as a skinny person, your body in general is just more fragile. It was mainly my squat and my deadlift. I thought I was lifting it well, but I just hadn't practiced my form enough. And suffering these lower back injuries, I was out of the gym for 6 months at one point. So while I could have been practicing my form for a month and then being completely fine, instead I practiced my form for a day, got injured, and then I was out of the gym for 6 months. It's one of those things that everyone who watches knows how important it is, but again, it's boring. Nobody wants to be learning their form. Trust me though, if there's one thing I want you to get out of this video, it is that. Learn from my stupid mistakes and my injuries. Form is the most important thing. I just want to quickly stop the video for 1 second to thank today's sponsors of the video, which are Legend London. They have some sick jeans. Let me show you. Now, I want to be honest, as like a skinny guy, I've never really suited tie-ish jeans. I haven't tried these on yet, so we're going to give honest opinion on the jeans. These are jeans number 1. They're actually a really like comfortable fit. Let's try some of the colours. Okay, I'm a fan of these. I'm a fan of these. As a guy who has like thin legs, these are like the nicest I've worn to make my legs look bigger, and I think that is the design of them, to show off the muscles. But I keep seeing everywhere that these are so like stretchy, you can lift in them. Let's try squatting these. Okay, so moment of truth. Please don't rip.
With you, the sun is shining 24/7.
That is sick. If you want to get your hands on any of these jeans, click the link in the description below and use code INFLUENCER for 10% off any purchase. Thank you guys, and thank you Legend London. These jeans are sick. Okay, now mistake number 2. Cutting sugar out my diet. Now your initial response may be, wait, surely cutting sugar out my diet's good, that's going to be healthy. Now in basically any other instance, if your goal is not to gain weight, then yes, that's perfect. But for skinny guys like us who struggle to put on weight, it's kind of, we have to do it. In a perfect world, we would eat the foods that we do, just all like chicken, rice, broccoli, all these healthy, nutritious foods, and you get loads of these calories in. But like I said, we live in this real world where we can't get the foods in like that. Let's say you're a skinny kid, you've got a high metabolism, you're going through puberty, which increases your metabolism even more, and you have a low appetite. It's going to be nearly impossible to get all your food from just highly nutritious sources of carbohydrates and protein. So while I'm not saying shut down bags of Haribos, what I am saying is if someone did, let's say, offer you Haribos, or if you've not eaten all day and you can't get access to good high quality food because you're trying to gain weight, there's not much harm in going down that dirty side. Again, it's your goals. If you're just primarily doing it to be healthy, then probably not. But if your primary goal is, like I was, to gain weight, I did notice just increases in my strength overall and size when I started eating unhealthy food when I couldn't get the good food in. That is one that not many people will probably tell you, because it will get criticised for, and I'll admit that. People will disagree with that, but again, I'm just going off my personal experiences. But what's mistake number 3? Okay, so we're back in the gym, and now mistake number 3, prioritising machines. Now look at these. These are clips of me when I first started the gym. I would go in and I'd go on like the tricep extension, the pull down machines, doing loads of bicep curls. And as much as I enjoyed that, I wasn't gaining much muscle. In fact, I was gaining pretty much no muscle. And the reason for this is because, well, I'm not a genetic freak. I wish I was, but I'm not. And when I'm using these machines, which are mainly isolation movements, i.e. they're targeting 1, maybe 2 muscles, I'm not getting much bang for my buck as I'm lifting, compared to if I was doing other stuff. For example, The squat. The deadlift. The bench. Pull-ups. And dips. i.e. some examples of compound exercises. To explain that shortly, here's an old video of me doing bicep curls on this machine. Now, the only muscle group I'm training when doing this one exercise are the biceps, compared to modern me here, where I'm training the deadlifts, which train all of these muscle groups instead of just one, like the bicep curls. This is just one of many examples of why compound lifts, you get much better bang for your buck than if you would spend your time on the machines like the tricep extensions, the pull downs, which would only isolate one muscle. Okay, so mistake number 4 is I never used to pre-cook meals. Now this is a massive one and it's so underrated. Let me give you a scenario to why this is so good and why it was so beneficial for me. It was when I was at school. I would get back home pretty late and I'd have so much homework to do with very little time to do it that night. Now before I used to pre-cook meals, I would either just eat nothing with my homework or eat a really bad meal, which resulted in me not getting many calories in, aka me not gaining weight. Now then, as soon as I started pre-cooking my meals, I would get back from school, get my homework out, get my pre-cooked meal and eat my pre-cooked meal while doing homework, aka meaning I get my homework done and I also get my calories in. So as you can see, that's a pretty valid reason to why it's so important to pre-cooking your meals, but not only that, it's also cheaper, like a lot cheaper. When you're pre-cooking, you're buying the stuff in bulk. So for example, when I go to Lidl, I'll buy a bulk of chicken instead of the single packs. In total, each piece of chicken will be much cheaper. Same with the rice or just whatever food I was making in bulk. If it may only be £1 or £2, in total over the year that saved me hundreds. So not only does it save a lot of time and actually makes you consume your meals, it also saves a lot of money, so it's perfect. And I still don't see that many people doing it, and I was the same. I used to never do that. Okay, so final mistake is overtraining. This is something that I see way too often and something which I used to do because I just loved the gym so much. I wanted to be in there every day and I thought to myself, well, if I'm in there more and I'm pushing my body more, surely I'm going to make more gains. So I started going on 7-day-a-week workout programs, which I loved. Like, I wasn't complaining about that, but it was halting my progress. I was overtraining my muscles and essentially doing worse than I was better, and once again, I wasn't making any gains from it. Eventually, I realized what I was doing and I changed to a 3-day-a-week split, this one to be exact. If you watch my channel, you know I love this program. It's the Jason Blaha split. So I went down from 7 days a week to 3 days a week, and the changes I made were crazy, and that was due to me training my body at a sufficient level for the level I was at. There are the 5 tips, but I hope I could help you in a little way. Learn from basically me being stupid and don't do the same mistakes. Cheers guys. Yo, what's up guys, hope you're having a great day. As you can see, not that many people who watch the videos are actually subscribed to the channel. I'd really appreciate it if you could just hit the subscribe button. Yeah, cheers guys.